think we're gonna do something a little different today. So you guys have mostly just seen me make physical stuff so far, but I'm actually by trade a game designer. Now the problem with showing you guys programming is that it could be pretty boring to have me sit in front of a computer for 8 hours straight. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do what's called a hackathon, or a jam. That basically just means I have a certain amount of time to create a certain something. So in this case, I'm gonna have 2 days to create a small version of an app that I've been thinking about for a while now. I've been doing these meditations that focus on self-kindness, trying to quiet that inner critic and just treat yourself a little bit better. And what I noticed is that as I do this a little bit more, I actually wind up treating other people a little bit better too. So that twist, where you're treating yourself better and therefore treating other people better, is what I want to capture in this app. The first thing I'll do is write down my core idea. In my case, I'm gonna call this Love Yourself. Now, I know that sounds a little bit hippie or something, but that's kind of what I'm trying to do. So all we're gonna do now is branch out from that idea. So as I circle my favorites, it seems like what I'm associating most with is this idea of dating yourself. Now, one of the things that I have been told in order to take care of yourself is to give yourself little rewards. Take yourself out on a date, go see a movie, take a bath, whatever. And that little moment is something that really starts to make you care about you. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to go for with this app. Now we're gonna brainstorm some ideas of ways that we could create this idea of dating yourself in just those 2 days.
Okay, so while my lack of artistic skills might be showing, you can now see how this app is going to work. Basically, there's going to be a short intro sequence where they're explained what's going on, and then they set up their initial settings. On the home screen, they're then going to see a challenge for them to do that day, some sort of self-date, then a refresh if they'd like to do something else, a history so they can see everything they've managed to do so far, and settings if they want to change anything.
Let's get started. Now I'm actually going to use Unity to design my app. Now, Unity is primarily a game engine, but I know it really well, so I'll be able to work in it quickly. Let's call this... Where'd you come from? We're just gonna call this Love Yourself for right now. We're going to set it to 2D, and then we're gonna start it. This is a momentous occasion right here. Here we go. I'm actually going to create UI for this app, and then we're gonna start throwing in some scripts. Let's do this thing. Okay, we have a sweet home screen with buttons. You can press them. That's all I did so far. Okay, I filled in some stuff. This is basically what the home page is gonna look like. But for now, that's all we're doing. This is it, we're leaving it. Let's move on to some of the other screens. Okay, we have a history screen. This is where they'll be able to see all of the stuff that they've managed to accomplish for themselves over time. This is the settings. It's supposed to have some text that talks about how it's the settings. Instead, it decided not to work. Okay, we've got all 3 of the main screens. So we have this settings screen, which I fixed. Then we have the history screen, which will show you the stuff that you've accomplished. And then we have the main screen that's just kind of the intro and gives you your challenge for the day. So the next thing to do is to make it so that I can switch between all of these, which involves actually writing some script. Okay, so we're on the main screen now. The only things that should be functional are switching to the history and switching to the settings screen. Let's see. Oh, it worked! And the back button should work. Oh, it worked! And the settings should work. And its back button should be the same. Oh. Damn it! Okay, now I have it actually saving information out so that when you leave the app and come back, it'll remember the stuff that you did. Okay, I essentially have a working version of the app. I can write Pet Fez! Exclamation points, and submit that. And from now on, that'll be one of the things that it suggests I do when I refresh this. So there we go, I got it right away. I got really lucky, actually. It's suggesting that I pet Fez. I can say that I did it. It says congrats. I go into my history and I can see that I pet Fez. All right. I think I'm gonna call it quits. It's 11:30, and for hackathons I often stay up really, really late, but I got really bad sleep the past 2 nights, so I think I'm gonna go to sleep, wake up early. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're back. So the biggest thing that we have to still do is a tutorial, although I don't know if that's really the right term since it's an app. Basically, the introduction to the app. Just a couple pages in a row that explain what the app is, how it works, what its intention is, and then it asks for the initial things that they like to do inside, their indoor gifts, and then it asks for their initial outdoor gifts, and then for the name, and then it tells them like, great, now go do it. Okay, we basically just finished this app. Let me show you. Now, if we go to the settings, we're going to see two different buttons instead of the text input we had before. These buttons bring us to a new screen where we can see all of the gifts in that category, and you can add the new gifts just like before. You can also delete stuff if you don't like it, so like if I don't want to take bads, I can be like, delete, get out of here, no more bads. You can also see that the UI is a little bit different. The reason I had to do that was because I got it working on my iPhone. That's right. Weep, weep, weep. This is working on my phone. Yes. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. So there we go, we have the first version of Date You, which is just a temporary name, but whatever. One of the big things that I'd love to do is actually offer you guys to be beta testers. That way you guys can help me by being beta testers, and you can also check it out and try it out and see if it helps you feel a little bit better about yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. If you do want to be a beta tester, just leave me a comment and I'll hook you up. Otherwise, follow me on social media, descriptions in the link down below for small projects, things I couldn't fit in the video. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time, if you will 'em.